Tonight's news headlines. Spirit of MA63 must be maintained. ICM drives Malaysian legal transformation. 13 MP, Sarawak's major infrastructure projects to continue. Good evening. Maintaining the original spirit of the Malaysian Agreement 1963 MA63 is very important, especially in relation to court decisions that can violate the agreement. Sarawak Governor Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar took the example of the provisions under the Immigration Act, which empowers the Sarawak government to prevent the entry of individuals into Sarawak where the courts have the power to determine whether it can be implemented or not. He explained that the action completely continues to be a matter that violates the spirit of MA63, which will raise various issues from that power.
Is subject to the decision of the court, then the whole idea of the agreement itself is become totally different. The spirit of the agreement is overruled by the doctrine of basic structure. So we have few problems arise from there.
He said this when speaking at the ICM dinner in conjunction with the inaugural Bencher Award ceremony to the Sarawak Governor on Saturday. Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi explained that although the Malaysian Agreement 1963 is not directly part of the text of the Federal Constitution, it still has significant legal and political value in shaping the relationship between the states and the Federation. He said that the court's decision in determining the rights contained in MA63 questioned whether it was considered a condition or part of what is called the basic structure doctrine.
So, go back to the doctrine of basic structure. Could this Malaysian agreement be the condition, or it is called what we call the basic structure also when it is not in the Constitution, not listed in the Constitution, not part of the Constitution, but a separate agreement. Otherwise, the idea of giving Sarawak and Sabah the right to exercise their right to ban people from entering Sabah and Sarawak using the Immigration Act, which is accepted as the very basic to people of Sarawak and Sabah, is subject to the decision of the court.
Meanwhile, at the same event, the Inns of Court Malaysia ICM initiative based on models in Britain and the United States, but with a Malaysian touch, can be a catalyst for the transformation of the country's legal field. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Fadilah Yusof said that ICM exposes and mobilises professionals from across the legal spectrum, especially students in nurturing high-caliber legal professional skills.
Soon, with ICM at the forefront, we will see our homegrown Malaysian barristers, though not King's Counsel, trained to be highly adept and polished in the law, both in procedural and substantive laws, and with elegant and refined savoir-faire, sureness and adaptability to thrive and flourish in any environment. Eventually, more outstanding individuals of Malaysia will be recognized as benchers.
He said this when speaking at the ICM dinner in conjunction with the inaugural Bencher Award ceremony to the Sarawak Governor, Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar on Saturday. He added that this effort will further strengthen Malaysia's position in developing its own jurisprudence that is relevant to local conditions. In addition, Datuk Sri Fadilah also stressed that there is no need for blind adherence to foreign precedents that can undermine justice and have adverse effects on the litigants.
We too possess distinct economic dynamics, social structures, and localized challenges that demand homegrown solutions. So let our Malaysian jurisprudence evolve with confidence, rooted in our unique identity, so that it may one day stand as a proud and respected reference point across the Commonwealth.
Several major infrastructure projects in Sarawak will be continued and enhanced under the 13th Malaysia Plan 13MP. These include connecting road projects such as the Trans-Borneo, Sabah Sarawak Link Road (SSLR), as well as the construction and upgrading of facilities in the Malaysia-Indonesia and Malaysia-Brunei border areas. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Fadillah Yusof said that among the main focuses of the 13MP is the implementation of the Flood Mitigation Plan project in Kuching City, which is expected to cost a total of more than 2 billion ringgit. According to him, this project includes three main components, namely the construction of canals, bridges and the construction of a new barrage in Sungai Salak to control the inflow of salt water during high tides.
Sebab apa yang diluluskan di bawah rancangan Malaysia ke-12 dalam rolling plan kelima hanya melibatkan dua pakej, tidak melibatkan baraj. Dan sekali ini ianya akan melibatkan baraj sekali dengan kos hampir 2 bilion ringgit. Tiga pakej kerja. Jadi ini insya-Allah akan dimulakan di tender tahun ini dan projeknya akan bermula tahun depan.
He said when met by reporters during the grand opening of the Medical Clinic Kuching branch and participation in Men's Health exhibition here on Saturday. The Petrajaya MP added that several other projects were also listed, including works to overcome erosion problems in areas such as Sibu and Miri, the details of which will only be known after the annual budget is announced. In the context of border development, he explained attention was also given to the construction of the Immigration, Customs and Quarantine ICQ complex, as well as the upgrading of road facilities in border areas, in line with the strategic importance of Malaysia-Indonesia and Malaysia-Brunei relations. Meanwhile, the issue of the shortage of doctors, especially in rural Sarawak, was also touched upon, with a proposal to encourage the involvement of locals as a long-term approach to meet the needs of medical personnel in the interior. Most of these infrastructure projects will be implemented jointly by the Ministry of Rural and Regional Development (KKDW) and the Ministry of Works (KKR) throughout the implementation period of the 13th Malaysia Plan. The Sarike Festival 2025 theme Unite in Culture, Rich in Heritage celebrates the spirit of togetherness and cultural diversity as the cornerstone of progress for both the people and the state. Sarawak Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts, Datuk Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah said this prestigious festival is seen as a strategic platform to strengthen local identity while propelling Sarike's potential as a hub for modern agriculture and a thriving community tourism destination. His remarks were delivered in a speech read by Deputy Minister of Natural Resources and Environmental Sustainability, who is also the Member of Parliament for Sarike, Datuk Sri Huang Tiong Si, during the official launch of Sarike Festival 2025 at Terminal 1 Sarike on Saturday.
Festival ini dahulunya dikenali sebagai Pesta Nanas Tanpa Buah Sarike yang sinonim dengan identiti agro perhatian Sarike. Barang bumi adalah Sarike, Marathon, Pulau Tampakan. Namun seiring dengan perubahan masa dan kehendak semasa, pesta ini telah melalui satu proses transformasi dan evolusi yang sangat berpangkal dan selaras dengan inspirasi untuk memantapkan Sarike sebagai hub kedaian modern dan destinasi pelancongan dan asaskan komuniti.
He stressed that this year's festival theme carries a profound message, calling on the community to continue embracing cultural diversity and to reinforce unity as a pillar of a sustainable future. Sarike Festival 2025 is seen not only as a catalyst for local economic growth, but also as a driver for new opportunities in the tourism and entrepreneurship sectors. An allocation of 20,000 ringgit was also announced to support the continuity of programs and activities throughout the festival period. The festival, which began on 25th July 2025 and will conclude on 3rd August 2025, features a wide range of activities including an agro exhibition, local product expo, cultural performances, traditional sports competitions and folk art showcases. This annual celebration continues to grow in stature as one of Sarawak's most iconic community festivals, elevating Sarike to greater prominence within the state's development landscape. The Sarawak government is currently implementing the Ease of Doing Business (EODB) pilot project in Sibu in an effort to streamline and simplify the business registration and licensing process. According to the Deputy Sarawak Secretary Operations and EODB Project Advisor, Datuk Hee Chang Ki, this initiative aims to assist the public and business community by unifying the process that previously required visits to 3 different locations, which can now be completed in just one location, namely the Sarawak Urban Transformation Centre, UTC.
Before, you had to go to 3 places to start a small business. Now, you need only to come to Service Sarawak Centre or UTC to start a business, because they need one business name registration. Before, you had to go to DO office. And then Treasury is trade license. Before, you had to go to Treasury. And the last one is operating license, PPT or council. Jadi sekarang, we thank Ministry of Public and Local Government, Housing and Local Government, and also the councils involved. SMC, the chairman is here, the acting secretary is here, and then SRDC secretary is here also, to take the lead for Sibu district. Right? So when they come in, I think now for the start, we will have some people to guide them to fill only one single super form. Before, you have to fill 3 forms, submit to 3 places, and then check with 3 places whether it's approved or not. Now only come here, fill one type of form, okay, go to one counter to pay, to apply, and then next visit will be to collect the license. Jadi 2 kali.
Datuk Hee added that for applications that only involve name registration and business licenses, approval is expected within 5 working days. Meanwhile, applications that also involve an operating license by the council, he said, will be processed within 14 working days, subject to the risk level of the premises. According to him, for high-risk business categories such as karaoke centres, entertainment centres, tuition centres and petroleum storage stores, the approval period is expected to take up to 30 working days because it involves verification and inspection from other agencies such as the Royal Malaysian Police (PDRM), the Malaysian Fire and Rescue Department (JBPM) or the Education Department. He also stressed that this system is only being implemented in Sibu and Kanowit for now as a pilot project for 6 months before any legal amendments are made to enable the council to become a full one-stop centre. Regarding operating hours, Datuk Hee informed that licensing matters are accepted from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. as usual. He said that weekend operations do not involve licensing matters because the collection system still depends on bank operating hours. Datuk Hee hopes that new businesses in Sibu can take this opportunity to register more easily and quickly, thus supporting local economic growth. And that's the English edition with me, Melinda Peter. More news can be found in our official portal ukas.sarawak.gov.my and social media platforms including Facebook and YouTube. We end the UKAS Bulletin with highlights from the ICM dinner held in conjunction with the inaugural Bencher Award ceremony to the Sarawak Governor on Saturday. #Saluran Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.